going on, guys? Climbing out of Pittsburgh here, finally back in the Caravan, doing some heavy operations in the 777 and everything like that. It's good to be back flying in the old bird. There's approaching 7,000. We're at 7,000 now. Leveling off, we're going to go ahead and pull some power back to our cruise setting just a little bit. Pull the prop back to about 1750. So that's close enough. 1750 on the prop. And I mean, we don't want to be over. We'll keep it somewhere in here. So a couple of things that since I was at training and that I have noticed about the Caravan and Microsoft Flight Simulator. On the taxi out, these temperatures are really freaking low. ITT should be somewhere in the neighborhood of ITT should be somewhere in the neighborhood of 7 to almost 800, somewhere in the 800 range. Torque is what it is. It seemed a little low on the ground. I don't know what it is while you're taxiing. It might be in the low hundreds like that, but I'm imagining that was pretty low if the ITT was so low. And the NG was actually pretty close. Minimum NG at idle should be about 55% in an EX, which is what this is modeled after. Oil PSI looks good. Normal operating range is about 85 to 110, I believe. Maybe 85 to 105. And then about 32 to 99. So the oil is actually a little cold. 32 to 99 is the oil temperature operating range typically. And then over here, we talked. Oh, I gotta turn my standby power on. Over here, we talked about a little bit about not knowing what to do on the governor test. But it's right here. And so what you do is there's actually three governors. There's actually three governors on the Caravan. So there's a prop governor, and then there's an overspeed governor, and there's a fuel topping governor. So the prop governor is essentially what just your typical prop lever and everything like that, and it keeps the it shouldn't go over. I think it's 1900. 1900 is what it keeps the limit at. So that's typically max is what it limits the prop to, is 1900. Let's take a little shortcut. Let's get direct. All right, let's go to our flight plan. Get direct eyes. So that the prop governor holds it at 1900. The overspeed governor keeps it below. If the prop governor would fail, it would keep it below 1976, I think it was. And then the fuel topping governor is the last, like the final governor. And if that fails, or for the other two, if they fail, and it'll hold it at 2014. So it has three different governors. So what you do is you pull the power back to idle, you hold the overspeed governor test, and then you jack up the power, and it should hold at 1765 or 1750, I think, plus or minus 60 is what it'll be. And then you bring it back to idle, you let go, and then you jack the power up again to make sure the prop goes back up to 1900 to make sure, because it's just a little, I guess it's in a little electric solenoid inside the prop hub, which holds it. And if you don't let it go, then it won't disengage. And if you don't do it right, whenever you run the power up, then you'll notice it and have to abort takeoff because your RPMs aren't acting the way they should. So yeah, I learned that. Learned the fire detect switch as well. Oh yeah, another thing. So you might have seen on the startup, I forgot to flip my fuel selectors on again. And there's actually a failsafe for that. So if you notice, both of them were off on the startup. But with what would actually happen, as soon as you turn the battery on, if both fuel selectors are off, you'll get a warning horn and a CAS message. So that you wouldn't be able to start them without that. So you'd get a warning message, you'd get a CAS message and a warning horn. And then also, if you had one of them off for engine start, so if you have one selected off and you flip the starter on, then you'd get the warning horn and the cast message as well. So really, for idiots like me, it's pretty much impossible to start it up with your engine off. So that was another thing. But also, anyway, so the fuel selector horn off, you'd test that, and then the fire detect, you'd switch that, you test that. And the fire detection, how it works is actually, they call it a fire loop. It's literally just a wire that runs around like the whole engine, and it just detects fire. It detects high temperatures. So that's the thing too, you can get an engine fire cast message, and it might actually not be a fire. If it could just be like a really, now something's probably wrong if you're getting an engine fire cast message, but it could just be really hot temperatures. It might not be an actual fire, is kind of what I'm getting at. So yeah, anyways, just a couple interesting things that I learned over the last couple weeks. Yeah, looking forward to continuing that, being able to share more with you guys whenever I come back from actual training and hit the line and stuff like that. But till then, guys, enjoy the rest of the flights at Du Bois. And yeah, it's the last flight of the schedule, so we might be picking a new one, or we might be moving on to our next airline after this. I'm not 100% sure yet, so we'll see. But should be able to flick the seatbelts and those smoking signs on, and those are right here. They usually there. I think that's supposed to be it right there. Why is it so freaking bright back here still? I don't know what other light I have to turn off then, because the cabin lights should do the cabin lights. I don't know what else is on, but oh well, it is what it is. And also, I noticed too, whenever you turn the battery on, it was giving me a low voltage warning, and it really shouldn't have. Now, in the real plane, yes, it would give you a low voltage warning, but when you looked at it in here, the voltage was sitting at about 25 and a half, I think. The battery typically puts it out at 24 volts, and if it's under 24 and a half volts, you'd get the low voltage light. So typically when you flip the battery on, you would get the low voltage light. But based off of what this was telling me whenever we started up, it shouldn't have gotten that. So I just thought that was interesting too. But yeah. So anyways, guys, enjoy the flight to Du Bois, and we'll catch you on the ground here. Alright guys, so just wrapping up the shutdown procedure here. Yes, we hear, thank you. We'll just get it all shut down for now. Oh shoot, get the lights off too, huh? Listen to the crickets chirping. Not a bad park job here though. Pretty rough landing. Let's go ahead and submit the flight. I'm used to flaring that nice 777 and you know, it's just a beaut, just greasing it down on the runway, and that is not what happened here with the Caravan. So we'll see what we ended up doing on that. So we're gonna go to the logbook and see how we did on this. 235, 90 on the score, not terrible I guess. 45 XP, negative 65 in a landing rate. It might have been a bounce or something. I mean, I don't know, that one might have been, the one that I actually touched down on and everything might have been good. But, yeah, so I mean, not terrible. 39 minutes on the block, 29 minutes, or 27 minutes of flight time, landing G-force 1.1, so not too bad. Flaps up again. I don't know what you want me to do. 95 is a flaps clean speed, so. Taxi light off. On the taxi in? I left it on, so I don't know. Flaps up. I put them up like as soon as I got off. So the ground speed though, maybe I did get a little fast there. So let's see if we want to pick another schedule or not. I don't know. See, it doesn't have any of the stuff that we have like out west. Got a bunch of stuff out in like out in that area. It doesn't have any of it. Dulles, Bradford, Bradford, Dulles, Dulles to Lancaster, Lancaster to Dulles, Dulles to DuBois, DuBois to Dulles, Dulles to Pittsburgh. Oh no, that's Williamsport. Ooh, Williamsport to Morgantown. Morgantown to Dulles. I actually might be down for this. Let's just keep looking here. Dulles to Lancaster, Lancaster to Dulles, Dulles to Bradford, Bradford to Dulles. Morgantown, Dulles. Alright, nothing crazy there. Let's check out another one. Morgantown, Bradford, Dulles, Lancaster, Dulles. So far I like that first schedule the best. Nothing. Dulles, DuBois, Morgantown, ID, nothing else. No, I like that other one. Bro, I should have taken that first one. There we go. Dulles to Williamsport, Williamsport, Dulles, Dulles, Morgantown, Morgantown, Dulles. Dulles, Morgantown, Morgantown, Dulles, Dulles, DuBois, DuBois, Dulles. I like that. That's actually a good one. Those are all like, those are all good routes. Say Romeo, what? That's crazy. All right, we'll accept that schedule. We'll fly out one more here at Southern Airways, and then we're gonna move on to our next. We're gonna move on to our next airline after this, and keep working through the ranks. So, yeah. All right, guys. Hope you've enjoyed this so far, and we will catch you on the next one. Peace.